Hello and welcome to Silver Wheel Tarot. Today I'm going to do another soul path guidance reading for you all. So I did pre-select the decks and have pre-shuffled them. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick shuffle and pull the cards here. The first two cards I'm going to pull are for where you have been and where you are going on your soul's path here. So where have you been? Take that one. And where are you going? All right. Set those aside. Next, I have two stacks here. One is the Major Arcana and the other stack is the Minor Arcana. We're going to start with the Major Arcana here and pull one for each position, and then we'll pull a Minor Arcana to go with it as well. Let's do it this way. There we go. Okay, so card number one that we're going to pull is the path your soul is on. Basically, it is the options ahead and the path to take for soul growth. Okay. It may also show some recent growth experience as well. Next, we're going to pull a card for the spiritual embodiment of your path. This is what shapes your reality. It's your inner world, your spiritual perspective. It is the essence of your heart and who you are choosing to be at this time. And next we are pulling the action to take. This is what shifts your path, okay? It is creating movement and change through your behaviors, your choices, your willpower, your willingness to adaptability. So that's what this one is here. All right, next, I'll go ahead and pull some clarifier cards for each of those. Okay, oh, I'm hearing from my spirit guides to split the deck this way and pull it straight off the top here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at these before I pull out the other clarifier cards. Okay, so where is your soul going right now? Mountain, or where has it been? Sorry. Mountain, obstacles, challenges, definitely opportunity for growth. But I do see that there's some light from the moon here through that mountain path. Okay, so this is where you've been. So the lessons learned, the hard journey, the experiences. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Yep, okay. Trying out a new stand today that I've had for a little while, but it's actually a little bit more awkward to use than I anticipated. So hopefully you guys can see all the cards. Let's see where you're, do I want to see where you're going? No, we're going to do this first. Okay. So the path your soul is currently on, strength, yes, that goes hand in hand with that mountain card. Okay. The clarifier is Ace of Swords. So representing the path your soul is currently on and the options ahead, the paths to take for your soul growth, and it can also show recent growth experience. So I'm seeing with this path here, going into your mind, your mental landscape, you are learning mental willpower and a strength of mind to truly become who you are, to show all sides, all aspects of your personality, to be unique in who you are, but you are where you have been is fighting that mental game that can come with this, with developing this type of strength, right? So it's saying mantras, it is overcoming the negative self-talk, the negativity that you don't even realize is playing on a loop over and over in your head until something comes up and you're like, oh my gosh, why have I been thinking that for the last hour or 2 or 3? It's when you see something and something negative pops into your head, or someone and you think of some negative memory instead of focusing on being centered in who you are and coming from the heart and your personal growth. It is overcoming those and really stepping into your personal power to control your mind and your thoughts. Okay. So next we're going to look at what is shaping your reality. So this is your spiritual perspective, who you're choosing to be at this time. Temperance, excellent place to be. So really a focus on balance as you're developing this strength. So as soon as I saw this, I thought, you're learning to love yourself, okay? So the other sense I'm getting here is you are learning to accept and love and bring a temperance and a balance, almost an alchemy, really, to your aspects, right? We see in the strength card, she's got a human face and an animal face. You've got a light side and a shadow aspect. We all have shadow work that we work through, but sometimes that can become all consuming, that all you're focusing on is shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. And at some point that can really bring you down. And so what I'm finding here is you're learning to focus and bring your perspective is that from a spiritual standpoint, even that spiritually, you want to have balance within yourself with who you are, to love all aspects of yourself, and to work with all aspects of yourself, right? So working with the shadow aspect doesn't always have to be something horrible and dreadful. It can be an acceptance of, yes, this is a part of who I am, and yes, I want to work on that, but you know what? How can I use this to help where I'm at right now? And the light aspect of yourself doesn't, sometimes if you focus too much on that, it can really come across as pretentious, or sometimes outside people looking in, if all you're focusing on is the positive but not showing any negative. We all have it. We all have positive and negative traits and things we're working on and things we're great at. And so sometimes that can come across negatively to people as well. So what I'm seeing here is not the concern about what other people are actually thinking in the example, but it is the recognition of both sides and the balancing of these energies, the actual alchemy of working with these energies together to really embrace and strengthen who you are as a person and to be your unique self. And the mental fortitude that comes with this You can't really achieve this without going through this. There are sometimes obstacles that have to be gone through in order to develop the strength, right? Let's say you want to run a marathon. You can't just decide, hey, I'm going to go run a marathon and run it at whatever, a really great speed is. I'm not a marathon runner, but, let's say you want to set some record. You have to do the hard work and the training to get yourself there. Same type of concept, but from a spiritual perspective, when you're working on yourself as a person, individually, spiritually, recognizing, accepting all aspects of yourself and loving yourself for who you are in every single aspect is just the first step. And then what I'm seeing your focus here on shaping your reality is you've done that hard work. That is the mountain. You have overcome this. You have learned how to control your thoughts. You have learned how to take your power back. You have learned how to love who you are. And now what you are stepping into here, what you are embracing to shape your reality here is the actual blending of your energies together in harmony, in peace. You're no longer fighting against yourself, holding yourself back, causing blocks for yourself, being your own worst enemy. That is this strength that you have built. And so now that is out of the way, you are learning to incorporate all aspects of yourself together as a team, basically. That is pretty cool. Okay, let's see. So the last cards here are for the shifts in your path. Okay, so it's into the direction that you want to go, which we kind of see here already with, what's shaping your reality, your beliefs. Your beliefs themselves are actually shaping your reality. So we're going to get some more clarification on that. And this is creating movement and change through your behaviors and your choices. Oh my goodness, the Sun card. Oh, I love that. Okay. And Queen of Pentacles. Look how beautiful that is. This is the active, the willpower, the adaptability, right? The shifts in your path. This is the movement that you are creating to actually choose, right? So you don't have to choose to go down this path here, right? You've got multiple options. That's why this is a soul path guidance reading. And so what I'm seeing here in us laying out the path of where you've been, where you're going, kind of some clarity and insight here is to see, really the path you're on. And then we're going to pull some more cards and get some guidance, some further guidance for you for while you're on this path. So with the Sun card here, that is absolutely gorgeous. So the action that you are taking is this joy for life, this open-armed, this receiving of divine light, divine energy, source energy, this willingness to open up and say, I am open to assistance from source to help me learn how to incorporate all the aspects of myself into this beautiful alchemy and bring this balance and temperance to really truly embrace who you are. And you're coming at this from a very grounded, beautiful space. In these two cards, I am seeing both. Okay, this is awesome. So I'm seeing a huge sense of duality throughout this reading so far. I'm seeing here basically the spirit, the source, the divine, and in here I'm seeing the earthly realm, the material, your day-to-day, your life. You are grounded while you're connected to the divine. In this one, we're seeing the love of self in your lighter aspects and your darker aspects and your balance in that. So there's definitely, this balance here. And here, again, we're seeing a bit of the same thing in the different faces that she is wearing and in the mental aspect here. And she has a heart necklace on. I am seeing that duality with heart and the eternity sign on her arm there. This duality of a balance between your soul journey and who you are in this life. Who you are is embracing your soul's energy, and you are really having a balance there as well. So definitely duality as a foundation here. And you've gained that through going through and doing the hard work and going through and climbing over this mountain. This is not an easy thing, this mental landscape, to scale huge mental mountains, to overcome a lifetime worth sometimes of thoughts and behaviors that come from those thoughts and assumptions that come from those thoughts and the way you treat yourself or others based on those thoughts. Like, thoughts are so powerful. It's been coming through a lot in actually my other readings as well. And so to regain your power, your personal power, mentally, and being super grounded here, you are really, really able to achieve this alchemy. This is very powerful energy. I mean, this is the type of energy that is unstoppable. You not only know who you are, you not only are balanced across the board, grounded in earth, connected to the divine, you love all aspects of yourself. There's no stopping that type of energy. All right, let's see where you're going. Ooh, rock bottom. Okay, got it. So what I'm getting from this is not actually like a negative aspect. As you see, if you flip the card upside down, interesting. Sorry, I'm getting some interesting things coming to me on this. It looks the same right side up or upside down. The card says rock bottom, but when I read that and looked at it, the actual thing that popped into my mind is now the only way you can go is up, right? From here, you're at the beginning stages. So where you're going is up, right? You're expanding these roads. Also, if you look at it, if you imagine from being on the other perspective, being at that bottom, looking up, you've actually got 4 different pathways, expanding outward, moving up, moving out. I'm getting a very positive energy from this card. So you're in the very beginning stages of learning how to alchemize your own personal energy, to really do this that we're speaking of. This is the path that you have currently gone down And if you don't feel like that's where you're at, then this reading might not be for you, and that's okay. But know that it's also an option, right? If you're still here this far into the reading. Okay, I want to get some clarifiers on this. Let's find out some more guidance. We want to know some guidance here on, you know, the path you're on, this mental strength and fortitude that is helping you shape your reality of personal alchemy, and some clarity on, you know, further ways that you can adapt and change and take action here through these connections. So let's get some guidance, because this is a beautiful path you're on. I really feel like this card wants to come out. Okay. And let's see, do I want to go ahead and pull some of these too? I'm going to pull 2 of these for each stack as well. So the first clarifiers we're going to pull for is this Strength and Ace of Swords. The path your soul is on, this path of mental fortitude. Okay. I feel like this. Okay, next we want some more clarity on what is shaping your reality, or how you are shaping your reality. Really, it's not what is shaping your reality. You are the one shaping your reality. But it's your spiritual perspective and approach to shaping your reality, which at this time we have this beautiful personal alchemy. Okay. And we want some clarification on the Sun and Queen of Pentacles, which is representing the shifts in your path, the shifts in actions that you are taking. Okay. I don't know why. I feel like taking 3 cards on this one, so I'm going to. Okay. So let's see what we have. Escape. Ooh, interesting. The sense, I don't know how to put it into words, but this escape is like the imagery that popped into my mind, if I can find the right word for it, is like a story, like as you would watch it on like a television or read it in a book, just an amazing story of like a great escape, like this wild and adventurous escape, like full of adventure, right, and excitement. It's not like while what you're doing here in gaining this strength is really truly probably in a way, in a sense, saving your life, in the sense of the life that you want to live, right? It is what you have to do in order to achieve your goals, and if you didn't do this, then you wouldn't have that, right? So you are escaping from certain blocks and cages and bondages or whatever in life, things that are holding you back. You're escaping from all of that through this self-development and progress that you're making. But you're not doing it in a way that's like miserable and, you know, horrible. It's an adventure, an exciting escape. Okay. What else do we have here? Acorn with reward and wreath with completeness. I feel like you've already done this, right? So mentally, you have gained this. I mean, this is the path your soul is on, right? This is like the entrance into the path here. Got it. Okay, so you're celebrating the excitement, the adventure of it, the celebration of realizing what you are accomplishing. That yes, it was hard. Yes, it was daunting. Yes, I mean, the constant, when you start to focus on your thoughts, it's like all of a sudden negative things start popping into your mind that you don't want there, and having to really combat that and escape from that and overcome it, right? This is the mountain. You've gained that strength through this mountain. And the advice here, the guidance, is to celebrate and enjoy that, the completion, the reward, the accomplishment. It's no small feat. And I get that it's an inner celebration, this completion reward with this man here meditating. And this looks like a coin here is the reward. The what you have received is this inner peace for completing this step in your path. You have attained an inner harmony and peace, and you are the advice is to celebrate that, to celebrate it. Things might still seem a little hard. This is not easy. It's amazing, and it's really unstoppable energy when you step into this type of power, but it's not easy, okay? And so what Spirit is saying here in this, the guidance, is to acknowledge this within yourself. Honor yourself enough to sit in meditation, to recognize what you have completed, what you've gained. You know, the Six of Wands is coming to mind with this wreath. It's really, but it's an internal work. All the aspects of yourself. So if you're into anything like shamanic type practices, I do, and types of soul retrieval, I feel like what's coming in, as this might not be for everybody, but in order to get yourself to the place to be able to approach this mountain, you would have had to first really done a lot of soul work, soul retrieval, individual work on your inner self to even be prepared to climb this mountain. Okay? You know, you don't just go climb Mount Whitney without exercising and training and feeling what a heavy backpack feels like, things like that, right? You had, that was the soul retrieval aspect of that. So what I'm getting here, and this is also part of accepting all the aspects of yourself and your soul. So the reason I'm explaining this too is because the image I'm getting, you see how there's multiple people in this card, this escape plan and this excitement, and the Spirit's advice to basically celebrate what you have accomplished is to sit in meditation with yourself, with all aspects of yourself, your inner child, yourself through different stages of your life that you overcame something really hard, okay? This inner self that you were even just a year ago, but now you're somebody completely different. I mean, yes, you're still you. You're who you are, but you're more who you are than you ever have been in this lifetime. And it's saying to sit with yourself, all these aspects of yourself, and celebrate inner celebration with everybody. Okay. All right, so let's go on to the next one. So we got some guidance here on, you know, the reality you are shaping. Ooh, order. You are bringing order to it. There's patterns. Everything's in a row. Okay, let's see what else we have. Good fortune. Rainbow. I love that. And look, the look at that. The rainbow and the rainbow. With the optimism. Okay, let's see. What is the advice on this? Okay, so on this one, the side sentence on just this side here is really stepping out to me. It says, good things are coming, keep the faith. Continue to put things in order. So, and I see this, the patterns are standing out here. And the shapes. Okay. Kaleidoscope. Okay, the colors in a kaleidoscope, you know, when you turn it and the shapes are shifting and turning. Okay, so in shaping your reality, be flexible while still putting things in order. Continue to prepare, continue to put things where you think they need to be. That may be your spiritual practice. That may be getting your finances in order, because wherever you're headed, maybe you need to have that in order. It is taking care of yourself and doing all the daily things while still keeping your spiritual practice and finding that balance, right? You've come to that point of balance and accepting all the different parts of yourself, but the reality you are shaping is one of alchemy and temperance in combining things together, right? Like we see here, you have a tall plant and a short plant. Just all this interwovenness here, the weaving of the fingers in the card. These patterns here remind me of like different stages of turning and getting different shapes. All right, hold on. The advice really is to really dive in to the rainbow energy here, okay? The good fortune, the optimism, the joy of the process, of the experience of, yes, you're putting things in order and putting things in motion and learning how to blend one with the other. It is a process, but at the same time, remember the joy of the process and the experience while you are still putting things in order, and be flexible to allow things to shift and move. So, you know, when you're blending two things together, or many aspects of self, there is a balance and a duality here, but we're really talking about many aspects of who you are and taking all of that and alchemizing it together to create your highest, best self here. When you stir something, it can't be static, right? It can't just be there has to be movement. There has to be movement. But you also may have to do things in a certain order, in certain steps, and realize that things will come in the perfect timing. You know, sometimes when you're doing something like baking something, you have to add ingredients at a certain time. You can't just always dump everything into the bowl at once. There has to be an order. There has to be some organization, a steps, a process. But those steps and processes are not meant to be miserable in any way. I'm seeing there is so much excitement and joy and all the colors of life here, and good fortune and blessings. So as you are doing those steps and you are putting things in order, remember to bend and flex like a tree does in the wind, okay? When you are blending things together, you are creating something new, which means some things are going to fall off, new things are going to come in, some things are going to shift completely and change their shape into something else. So to a certain degree, while you're keeping that order, at the same exact time, you've got this balance of duality of needing to be equally flexible and shifting and changing and moving. Okay, so that's what the advice is on that, is to be a little flexible. Let things happen. Okay, do what you got to do, but let things happen. Some things are going to change, and that's inevitable. Okay, let's see what we have here for the Sun and the Queen of Pentacles in the actions that you're taking. Innovation. She almost looks like she's sitting on a cup. And this disc or wheel, when I saw that, it's like she's got the sun in her hands. Okay, so this position being the actions you're taking to actually shift things, right? This is the shape of your reality, what you're in. Well, this is really kind of a multi-dimensional reading, because the actual shape of your reality is the shifting of all these aspects of yourself, right? And changing. And so in this here, the actions that you're taking, the adaptability, the changes, the actions, the willingness, it's the innovation. The innovation here is what is going to actually help you allow those changes that are needed, the shifts, to allow some things to fall away and new things to come in, and some things to completely morph into something different that you thought you were creating this and it's turning into something else, but what it's turning into is greater than you could ever imagine. So this innovation, this ability to allow that process to happen, is like a gateway, and you're doing it. It's happening. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Butterfly with transformation. What I say, it's happening. The shifts, the changes, the transforming. Invitation. Okay. And gratitude. Oh, wow. Let me sit with this one for just a second here. The gratitude is huge with this Sun card, with this tapping into the divine source energy, using that energy to really step through that gateway, to really shift and change things, to create this transformation that you are creating. It's really important to keep that positive mindset, that can't speak right now. positive mindset of this Queen of Pentacles. Oh, look at that. She's holding a disc. She's holding the disc. I love that. The synchronicities in this reading are amazing. And you know, we have the spiral here with the wreath here. It's just very, the coin, very circular. A lot of circles. A lot of circles in here. Like ripples, right? Expanding outward. I'm also seeing a lot of like branches here. Branches and the branches. Branching out. Okay, so advice. Your behaviors, your choices, your willpower, right? The change that's happening. The celebration here is really tying into this gratitude as well. This is so important to celebrate where you've been. This is a form of gratitude for yourself, for what you've been through, for others. Innovation, see, it's like this weaving. You've got the eternity symbol as well. The gratitude with the innovation is not just a gratitude of where you've been, like the growth you've made yourself, the choices you've made so far and the choices you're making. Yes, it's that. But it's innovating all forms of gratitude. Just like you have multiple aspects of self, there are multiple aspects of gratitude. Okay? And the advice is to invite this in. Invite in this gratitude in a sense of innovation to help push along this transformation. And the forms of gratitude I'm talking about are some examples. As in like aspects of self, aspects of gratitude. You have the gratitude for just your life, your earth, you know, where you are on earth, having a space and a place to be. The gratitude for the foundation, the basics, the needs that you have in your life being met, the survival needs. You have food to eat, you have a roof over your head, you know, just a gratitude for those base foundational needs that you have as a human being in this lifetime. You have the gratitude of the assistance and care and support from loved ones, and for anyone out there who may not have a huge support system external, you have supports from your angels, from your spirit guides, you know, from your ancestors. This gratitude for this external support that you receive from others to help you along your path, whether that is physical people or it is, you know, just your angels and your guides and your support system in that way, right? Or you have both of it. You have gratitude in the sense of being grateful for the growth that you have obtained for yourself, being grateful for every aspect of yourself, for where you have been, grateful that you're able to celebrate this. But what we also have, and is an important aspect of this innovation, you see we have 4 corners here and this weaving as she's holding the sun's energy and she's pulling in all these different aspects of gratitude to weave them, to then help her weave the aspects of herself. A key importance here is the innovation, including the gratitude of the experiences that you had to go through that were hard or maybe hurt you in some way in order to overcome that mountain. Okay? Every person on this planet is equal, and every person is in a different stage of life and living and learning and soul growth and expansion, or whatever you're here to learn at this time. So sometimes you may go through an experience that, and I'm not talking about really like any type of like abusive relationships or anything like that. I'm talking about going through hard times. You meet somebody who pushes every button, but because they push every button, it's forcing you to overcome those challenges in yourself and who you are. Without that something to overcome, without that mountain, you can't build this strength. So it is this gratitude of these experiences that you have had that are hard in life that have given you the fortitude that you have gained. Okay, so I'm getting here that that's a very key, important aspect to this, to really being able to pull in source energy. Source does not discriminate. And so if you were in this tough position, this gratitude, you may not even be in a spot to forgive. If you can, that's fantastic. But if you're in a very hard position, it's even just saying, I'm grateful that I had this experience, because without this horrible experience that I don't want to repeat ever again, you wouldn't have gained that strength. It's that type of gratitude. So I am struggling a little bit to express it in a positive light, or in a good way. But that is what it is. It is essentially in your gratitude practice, in innovating all of this energy, to invite all of that in. You're not only acknowledging and accepting the shadow aspects of yourself, you are accepting the shadow aspects of others, in the sense of being grateful for having had that experience in order to achieve what you have achieved. I hope that makes sense. I hope that is coming across correctly, but there is a strong guidance here when you are working with such powerful, positive, expansive, enlightening energy. You've got to be able to be grateful for everything. Just like in order to do this work here for yourself, to create that inner alchemy between all aspects of yourself, you have to have all aspects of yourself. Well, in order to tap into this powerful energy, to make that action happen and to weave this into your world, you've got to invite in all aspects of gratitude. And that will really help you throughout this transformation. It is also going to give you a very, I don't want to say it. Okay, so I think the perfect words for it, let me pull it. This is actually coming to my attention. Let me grab this from over here. This is an oracle card that I actually pulled for myself for today, but I am getting to pull it in to help explain this here. Okay, so Peacock Energy wants to help us. I have the book here, and I'm going to read because I think it really puts, it actually puts into words very well what I'm trying to explain here. So let's let this explain it. Okay. It says that the beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, all experiences. So it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or pain within its psyche. That is what we're talking about here, being able to accept in and assimilate and digest so that you're not harboring resentment for the challenges you had to go through. So you're not harboring this conflicting energy over, some way somebody did you wrong or caused you past pain. You can't hold that in your psyche. You've got to be able to be grateful for that, this gratitude, this inviting this gratitude in for this transformation. This is how you assimilate or digest this. It says that the peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. And that is what I'm getting here. This is the perfect summary for this whole reading right there. There you have it. All right, that is what I have for you today. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. I hope that this message was helpful. Until next time, be blessed and have a great day.